What's up, guys? It's Ben A. Check this out. A drone has been shot down over American airspace, actually over an airport, which is horrifically dangerous. These drones could easily take down airplanes, and we've been hearing about the drone threat for a very long time. I personally believe this is exactly why they moved Donald Trump's inauguration indoors, was because of the threat of drone swarms and drone attacks. But a single drone flown into the engine of an airplane could down the plane, and you'd have hundreds, if not thousands, of deaths, depending on where the plane landed. So they shot down a drone, closed all airspace here. Let's read. The Trump administration has taken down a drone tied to a Mexican cartel that flew into U.S. airspace. Ooh, boy. Okay. Either it's a false flag, right? And they're just trying to start a war with the cartels, which fine by me. I don't want terrorists on our borders either. Either way, very, very dangerous. The cartel's clearly at war with Americans anyway, but this is going to escalate that. The incursion forced the FAA to shut down all of the El Paso airspace. This is huge because El Paso has a monster Air Force base. Huge Air Force base, multiples. El Paso has a massive presence of U.S. military and U.S. military planes. Hours later, the agency lifted the ban, saying that they had shot down the threat. There was no ongoing threat to commercial travel, but there is, of course, a massive threat to commercial travel when you're flying drones around. Again, one drone flown into the engine of a commercial aircraft could kill thousands. Mexican cartel drones breached U.S. airspace. The Department of Defense took action, disabled the drones, the White House said. According to two sources familiar with the situation, the shutdown was part of a U.S. military operation targeting the drug cartels. Specifics of the operation remain unclear, though Trump administration has repeatedly emphasized the intent to crack down on cartel activity. Is this an attack on America? Yeah, this is like a great question. You know, listen, like if you viewed 9/11 and the using of commercial aircraft as weapons, if you are to crash those commercial aircraft, I mean, I flew on a giant commercial aircraft this morning. If you are to crash these commercial you'll ground the entire nation. You'll grind the economy to a halt. I mean, you're talking like tanking the stock market. If you were to start taking down commercial airplanes, no matter where they land, even if they land in a field. But let's say like you're a terrorist and you take down a commercial airplane and it lands in a building, right? We've all seen what what happens then, right? What if it lands on a school? Either way, if planes start falling out of the sky because of weaponized drones, as we have seen in the war zone in Ukraine or war zones across the world, have you seen what these drone swarms can do? Now you can take out entire armies. Have you seen the drone swarms that are just like there for show in China, where there's 50,000 drones in the sky at one time, all doing synchronization and building full architectures in the sky? So imagine what each one of those could do with a bomb, and you launch those. And by the way, the Chinese are building up massive amounts of space around U.S. military bases to launch drones. I don't know, man. I don't know, bro. It has to be illegal. They have to make it illegal is what they have to do. So here we go. Rudy Roldioff, former space systems commander in the U.S. military, told the Daily Mail, a source reported Fort Bliss started drone operations into Mexico with jammers. The FAA location was overly cautious. And this system has a pretty low overhead. The airport manager can put out a notice. Doesn't have much oversight. Speed and safety. Okay, so are they saying that we jammed one of their drones? So here you go. You can see Briggs Army Airfield, El Paso International Airport, and obviously El Paso, not too far from Mexico, like super close actually to Mexico, right there. And this is like pure cartel territory, right there. The FAA announced 11:30 on Tuesday, covered a 10-mile wide area, 5 miles southwest of the Texan city. El Paso Airport describes itself as a gateway to West Texas, southern New Mexico, northern Mexico, Southwest American Delta. All operate flights. Hundreds of flights were grounded. Pilots who failed to follow the restrictions were threatened with questioning or detained by law enforcement. Goodness. Last time U.S. airspace was shut down like this was 9/11. Whoa. That's what I said. This is how they could commit. This is how they could do next-gen terrorism on the country. I'm not trying to scare you into not flying or anything, but I'm trying to say, like, do we have proper technology to track an enemy drone? No, we don't. Right? Like that. Like, no, it's just not. It's not at scale around the country. FAA temporarily closed New Orleans following Hurricane Katrina, storm damage. Unlike previous restrictions, El Paso closure blocked all flights over the city and into the city, including police and medical helicopters. It's a move rarely UF aviation. So are they saying that they jammed one of the drones and then the drone just kept flying? So are they saying they were, so these cartels, they're flying drones in Mexico, they jammed one and then a drone just kept moving because they lost control of it? Maybe. El Paso International Airport handles 4 million travelers a year. Major airlines obviously were affected, along with the U.S. Army base in Fort Bliss, just 3 miles away, massive base. Nothing more important than safety of our customers. Of course, all the airlines comply. Let's go ahead and see what people are saying about this. The drone breach. Its official has suddenly shut off the airspace around El Paso for security reasons, grounding all flights. Security and staff caught off guard. FAA has abruptly closed everything. You can sort of see here. It looks like they were tracking this drone, a cartel drone. Air traffic controllers and pilots in shock. Planes turned around. The airport was given no notice. Okay. Mexican cartel breaching airspace. I mean, of course, you can see here exactly how close Mexico is. It is like a split city, effectively. El Paso is like a split city. It's like two cities. One side is American, one side is Mexican. Minor, this is major. They found something in El Paso and the surrounding area that is a legitimate threat. Absolutely legitimate threat. The initial reports was they were going to close down the airspace for 10 days. Sounds like drones were discombobulated. Got it. Okay. Here's the Secretary of Transportation, who, of course, oversees the FAA. The FAA acted swiftly to address a cartel drone incursion. The threats have been neutralized. No danger to commercial travel in the region. Restrictions have been lifting, so they're trying to chill everyone out. Department of War took action and disabled the drones. They shot the hell out of the sky. FAA and Department of War determined that there's no threat to commercial travel, but that the drones were at a commercial level. The official story: emergency panic airspace closure for cartel drones. The crashed UFO in New Mexico has been collected. Uh-oh. Is it UFO? I think it's a UFO. Here we go. The El Paso radar tracking encompassed a very specific area of New Mexico that's very near NASA's White Sands test facility. The official story is that is a counter-drone operation involving some brand new laser shoot-down technology was used. My UFO radar is going off. So, of course, White Sands, very, very famous. That's where they made the atomic bomb, of course. So it's been used as a secret military base ever since. They open it up once a year for people to come visit the site of the atomic bomb drop. Security reasons. That's right. Yeah. So they're claiming it's a Mexican cartel. There is no threat anymore. Okay. Cool. They're claiming it is a cartel drone. We'll see. Obviously, Trump has announced a war on Mexican cartels, but still many are claiming maybe this was actually a UFO or something else from the great beyond. Unexpected airport. Listen, this is the final and most up-to-date report here. The unexpected airspace closure stemmed from disagreement over drone-related tech tests. Sources said the Pentagon had undertaken extensive planning on U.S. military tech near Fort Bliss. Two sources identified technology high-energy lasers. They're shooting the discombobulator down the drone, right? Earlier this week, tech was used to shoot down what appeared to be a foreign drone. Flying material turned out to be a party balloon, sources said. One balloon was shot down. FAA administrator said it was close to the airspace. So was it a balloon or was it a drone? I mean, you can have those balloons, like kind of look metallic, like a birthday balloon. Anyway, Bedford told officials the airspace restrictions would be in place to ensure safety. So they shoot down a drone or they shoot down a balloon? I don't know. But apparently they used our directed energy weapons to shoot it down. There you go. Another directed energy story. We'll track it. We'll keep up with it. Like, share, and subscribe for the latest news. See ya.